is a big day. What we're doing is we're going to see if the product will fit on the back of the tray, because the product is actually designed for traditional pickups with traditional beds, not trays. So a bit of an experiment right now.
Not far from my home in Western Australia is a small company developing and building some amazing camping products.
R13s, and I need a number 10 spanner.
Today I'm here to find out if their camper will fit onto the flat tray supplied with my Land Cruiser.
The challenge here is height. How high will it be? Because it has a built-in kitchen that comes out, that final resting place of the kitchen, if it's too high, is the big question.
I really want this to work. Last year I travelled to the USA and South Africa looking for the right product. If this fits, then my search is over.
That's it.
Nicely designed, these. That is its final position, give or take 10-20 millimeters. And it is just, it's slightly too high. But can I live with it? That's the question. From right in the beginning, one of my biggest challenges, and it remains to me a big challenge, what do we do with the spare wheels? Now, my original idea was to have them on the back here, and I was late at night in my garage thinking about it. Well, the rest of the family is watching movies, television, and I come in here to contemplate the vehicle build. The last time I did a pickup, it wasn't very successful. It was also a Land Cruiser, and I didn't know then how to do it, to be honest with you. It was my first, and also pickups and what people have done with them. I've come such a long way. I mean, that was well over 10 years ago. Well, let me tell you what I'm thinking about now. Now, this tray is versatile because it's a very, very large flat area. This is very, very different to what I'm used to. Of course, weight distribution is everything. Now, the length from there to that point there is 1.8 meters. The camper canopy length that sits in the bin is 1.5, so I've got 300 mil to spare. There is an overhang over the roof. I don't know how long the overhang is, but I'm estimating it is something like this. So, of course, when we get it and start fitting it, I'll have a much better idea. Weight distribution is everything. And at the moment, I've got this. I don't need this. I have no use for this. This is not for safety. It's not for rollover. It's not rigged, supported in any way. It is just for carrying loads on the tray. I don't need it. It can go. This mesh here is stainless steel. This is all alloy, and this is stainless steel. That can go. I don't need it. In fact, which means I don't need this rigging either. Which means that I've got a whole lot of extra wasted space. There is, I've worked out, 80 millimeters. Now, 80 millimeters is not, I mean, it's that much. But considering where it is, I am moving the entire load bay, the major weight that this chassis is going to carry, that far forward. Originally, I was considering putting the spare wheel right behind the cab, because then I would have a place to rest it on, and I wouldn't need any special carriers. I wouldn't need to swing them out of the way. This is my idea, and I have no idea if it's going to work, but it might. The camper must go as far forward as possible, and then I'm going to have approximately 300 millimeters behind the camper, on which, and then I can use this bed here to rest the wheels. Again, no need for a special rig. If this is designed to carry the weight, it can easily carry the weight of two rooms, no problem at all. All I need to do is to bolt them to the back of the camper. That solves a whole lot of other problems. Can I do it? And I've just come up with the idea. This is the value of just coming out when there's quiet around, no disturbing. And looking at this, it's going to work. But there are going to be drawers here.
So that's the only wasted space I've got.
So the camper basically sits in there like that.
And you've got your 3 drawers. But now, remember,
yes,
we said yours are 230
yes,
from the base. So let's just check what this was.
And if there's a spare wheel on the back, of course, how do you get into the drawers? So I have to come up with a simple system to swing them away. Now, I could use a traditional swing out wheel carrier, but they're so heavy. This isn't light. So what I've got to work now is a system that is light, simple, where I can just roll the spare wheel out of the way and have full access to the back. That is the biggest, at this moment, still, engineering challenge that confronts us.
Okay,
move them and then they will sit here
yes.
when we're accessing the drawers. Obviously you're going to change it. This awning is actually going to go on the other side and it's going to be linked to a tent, so if we're traveling with other people, because this is a 2-person tent, we're going to change the awnings. I'm going to put easy awnings, a 270-degree awning on this side. I'm going to change the fridge. So there are quite a few adaptations to make it mine using some of the products that I prefer. And of course the electrical system is going to be very demanding because of my camera work and charging batteries and things like that. And I will share every stage with you. Oops. Oh yes, I didn't tell you about the bathroom. Now this is, I'm so impressed by people when they come up with brilliant camping ideas, and this is one of them. This is, I think they call it a discreet something. They've got a product name for it. It's a shower curtain, but it is so cleverly designed. And the way it works, and I'll show you when this is all working, you can actually buy it for your truck and fit it. It's fantastic. Anyway, it's part of this, and there is a bowl for washing up, and there's an area there for me to put my computers for when I'm charging. But there's the bathroom. It's an enclosed, self-contained bathroom, and it's accessible. I'll show you how easy it is to rig this up. Kate was, those of you who know my channel well will know Kate, my daughter. She was handling the camera, and I actually asked her what she expected.
I think it's fantastic. It's better than I thought it would be.
What did you think it would be?
I don't know, I pictured something else, not quite like, when you said camper, I didn't quite picture the kitchen unit, bathroom unit, like, I just didn't picture it at all. I pictured something like your old camper, kind of the flip up. I thought maybe they'd add some new things to it, but not quite this extravagant.
In conclusion though, I have today, after coming back from that, thinking about it, I've solved 2 major problems. I want to be able to carry additional fuel and water in jerry cans. And I can do it because, as far as I can see, these cans will fit like this. And I could probably put 1, 2, 3 on each side. Okay. Which is more than enough. But the other marvelous thing is that I've had another revelation when it comes to carrying the spare wheels on the back. All I have to do is get the arms from a traditional bumper replacement with arms. I just got by the pintle, the pin that sticks up, and then the arm that carries the wheel, and engineer it, space it correctly, so it mounts here, and when the wheel is pushed in, the weight rests on here, not on the pintle. Therefore, I don't need a particularly overly heavily designed mount for the swing out pintle. That solves that problem, because one of the issues that I had to deal with is that if the wheel rolls off this side, it gets in the way of the little basin for the kitchen. But if it swings out this way, it doesn't. Problem solved, I think. So I would like to congratulate those of you who on YouTube got it right when you guessed where my camper was coming from. Brilliant, because I didn't give you any clues at all. It's of course Quick Pitch Campers in Western Australia. And And there it is, after we've got quite a bit of work still to do to get it just right, but the test today was to see if it would work with the tray back, and the answer is yes, it does work. We'll get this right, and it'll be my primary expedition vehicle for the next 3 years in Australia.